Hey, it's Natalie with Think Yourself Academy. You may have seen Wakanda Forever, the Black Panther. You may not. So here are 5 lessons that I could collect from both movies. So in the first movie, there's King T'Challa, and he's in front of the UN and talking about what he stands for. And he says, in times of crisis, the wise build bridges while the foolish build barriers. And that happens to us, right? Like very often, if we have a problem, whether it's at work, whether it's in the organization you work for, or in your personal life, we tend to isolate, while instead we should turn towards others and see if we can find allies or people that can help us. The second learning is Princess Shuri, one of my favorite characters in both movies. So her mind is constantly at work. She's the genius. She's the technology expert that makes all of this possible. And she says, just because something works, it doesn't mean it can't be improved. Yes. So just because something works, it doesn't mean it can't be improved. So in your business or in your life, in your relationships, are you constantly adding on to the relationship and continuing to build it? And in your business or at work, are you constantly trying to improve what it is that you're doing? Our next lesson comes from Nakia. So she's talking to T'Challa, the king. That's in the first movie. And then he tells her, if you were not so stubborn, you would make a great queen. And then she answers, I would make a great queen because I am stubborn. So when you're working towards your goals, are you stubborn like Nakia? Are you stubborn enough so that you could potentially ascend to becoming the king or the queen of what it is that you want to do? Because somehow, if you are dreaming and you want to elevate yourself to the next level of your life, you might be a little stubborn sometimes towards reaching your goal, right? The next lesson, and this one is funny, it's from M'Baku's. So he's this, super savage warrior from the mountains. And then they go and visit him and he wants to scare them. And he says, well, we're going to have you over for dinner. And then, of course, the guy from the city is freaking out. And then he says, I'm kidding, we're vegetarian. So I just wanted to bring this up because this is a famous quote from the Black Panther's movie. I'm kidding, we're vegetarian. It's interesting how in very tense times, it's cool to just relax and joke around. So he's in that situation of control. And if you're a leader in your life, if you're a parent, if you're the leader in a corporation, if you're a manager, if you are a business owner, very often in very tense times, it is good to include humor, which will relax the tension, relax the situation a little bit. And of course, the last quote and the last learning is to General Okoye. She's a badass. I just love her. And everybody says this in the movie. I just attribute it to her because she does it so well. And she says, Wakanda forever. That is also the title of the movie, but that represents everything that you stand for, all your goals, all your dreams. And there is no amount of sweat. There's no amount of work. She would die for Wakanda, to protect her country, to protect what she stands for. So what do you value? What do you believe? What do you stand for? And what are you willing to sacrifice? What efforts are you willing to put into your dreams, into building your business, your corporation, into building your relationship? So how important is it to you so that you could say, my goal forever? So hopefully you enjoyed the lessons from the Black Panther. And on this note, I will see you next week.